Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Goodish Girls. I'm Madison
I'm Cass.
and
And
Dallas
Alice.
in spirit. She's watching over us. You gotta love technical difficulties, guys. But today we are diving into another episode of the Goodish Book Club. These episodes, again, are a little more laid back than our usual deep dives as we discuss characters, location, open discussions, and of course, the theories and lore. This episode, we will be covering Direbound by SABEL Sorensen, and this will be our final part in our two-part series. And today we'll be covering chapters 30 to 58, and we will also be including the bonus chapter that is from Stark's POV. And this will contain spoilers for the entirety of book 1. We have not started book 2 yet. So if you just finished book 1, you're in the safe zone. If you haven't finished chapter 29 of book 1, save this video and come back later. But we're going to start diving into things now. So let's go.
What a doozy this ending was.
Listen, it's a sensitive subject for me.
I bet it is.
I listen, I have a terrible habit of big braining, and I didn't want my big brain to be right because usually I'm wrong. But it's fine.
I said you can't ever trust a blonde man.
Listen.
And here we are. Let's just
Listen.
let's just start with the big one, okay? Can
I just say one note that I had really quick?
Go right ahead. You start the discussion.
Because, and then you can carry on. But I literally, the moment where I clocked that things were gonna go down, it was chapter 51. You know the saying where it's like, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this?
Mm-hmm.
So for chapter 51, I said, Lee, I'm gonna pull you by the hair when I say this, but I really need you to not be the bad guy.
Okay, but okay. So let's talk this through, right? Because they get together.
Yeah.
He outs at the ball and he's like, I'm with her. She's mine. Right? That already gave me the ick, I'm just gonna say. I was already suspicious about this blonde man though, because I've learned too many times. He goes and plays games with them. They go back to the room and he's still being like perfectly nice, perfect guy. Which is also a little sus. I'm like, there's no way that there's a nice guy for this long in a book, okay? She really dragged that out. And then she sneaks away, right? She finds her sister and all the other children of the castle, and she's like, oh my God, they in the castle, which I knew somehow the king had to be in on it. I just didn't think that they were going to be like under the castle. That part did shock me. I was like, they've been here the whole time?
I kind of clocked it after the final trial when everything went down. And then she was like, wait a minute, where are they taking Henry? And I clocked what happened with Henry too. And I'm like, I need to
going
stop
out that
being
door.
right.
Yeah. Well, I figured there had to be something under it because she talks about the stuff being in like the gutter or whatever. That she
Yeah,
keeps
which
seeing. And I'm like, what?
the fact that you didn't just like yoink it out the first time you
Right.
saw it, instead of just leaving it there.
Right? But anyways, I digress. She makes questionable decisions. I'm not the biggest, I like Marin, but there are still quite a few things that I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you like this? Anyways, so then she comes back, and this dumb ass bitch goes, I know who will help me. And Anasa is even like, keep this to yourself. You can't tell anybody about the kids. And this bitch still tells him. And as soon as she did, I was like, oh, this isn't going to be good. But then she fakes us out, right? She's like, oh, tomorrow we will work together. But as soon as he said, you have to kill him, my brain was like, oh, this motherfucker's got her.
Yeah.
And she's dumb enough to do it.
Yeah. It was giving me a very Cruel Prince vibes because something kind of
So
similar happens.
mm,
It's so good.
I still
But
haven't read that. It's
it's
on my TBR. I'm just not there yet.
well, when you do, and if you
I
need someone to yap with, I'll be there.
I
In the
keep
words of
finding
Michael Jackson, I'll be there.
I keep finding other books to read instead.
That's valid.
But yeah, and then of course he turned his back on us. And he's a bad guy, and he wanted the throne from his dad. But on top of that, you were right, and he was a
Hans is the bad
vampire.
guy. Hans is the bad guy,
Rip.
and he's a vampire.
I know. Dallas says, this is a write-in from Miss Dallas in her thoughts. I'm actually going a lot nicer on you than I was going to when we originally were going to record, because this is like a rescheduled recording. And when we were going to record, I was like deep in the feels of this, of that I was fucking right and that I hate him with all of my heart. But I'm kind of out of that right now, so I'm actually being a lot nicer than I was going to probably be and rubbing it in your face. But Dallas says we need to give Mads a break because I also did want our blonde friend and now I can't and I'm mad. It's 2026. I should be able to trust a blonde man. This is insane. And again, I'm going to refer you to the book Light Lark
I
and the
mean, hey,
series
I
because
drag
Oro's the
you
only
to.
blonde man that you can trust.
And I haven't met him yet, but allegedly also Aaron Warner. I've been told I need to meet that man.
What book is that?
The Shatter Me series.
Oh, I haven't read that either.
I haven't either, but my friend is like, you need to do it. I blame Nevessa Allen because I had just finished Game
Mm.
On, who was Blonde Man. So I'm like, well, if that blonde man's okay, this blonde man's got to be okay. But I think the thing is that a blonde man isn't safe unless he has a tragic backstory. I feel like because I feel like his backstory, we didn't know much about it. If it was tragic, I'm like, oh, you're safe.
Yeah, but we also find out that he's kind of like a little possessed or something by like the old I
We
shouldn't say
did.
possessed, but like I mean kind of by like the OG siphon. So that probably plays into it. But yeah, Oro in Lightlark has a very tragic backstory. So that's probably why he's still good guy,
Yeah.
not bad guy. So
But with the point of you saying that Killian is like, he's got something going on. Reading like the end, I'm like, at this point, someone just put me in a corner and don't talk to me because
it was
like,
like she just
like
kept smacking you in the face with shit. Like I just kept gasping. I
well,
was
and
like,
also I kept on getting pranked because even after she woke up in the
mm,
dungeon and he's like, everything you saw and you said, like, that's all in your head. You're losing your mind like your mom. I'm like, oh no, she is losing her mind like her mom. And then Anas is like, don't listen to him. I'm
girl,
like, I'm gonna be in the corner.
girl. After everything you just went through, you still believed that maybe she was losing her mind, and he was like, ah, sweet baby girl, it's
Hey,
okay.
hey. But we learned from Stark's POV that that is their legacy. So I'm like,
Ah,
but whenever
it
Anasa
is.
was like, yeah, don't listen to him. And then we have like that little personality switch and Marin's
Yeah.
like, who are you? And then we get the introduction. I
Mm-hmm.
was, spoilers for Throne of Glass, but I was crossing my fingers that we would have like a Valak situation. I'm like, oh, this isn't Killian. Like, it's gonna be fine, you guys. And then he was still crap
No.
afterwards. I'm like, oh, you're
Choked
just
on
not
you
safe in general.
again. You said that Stark brings up that, like, that is their legacy, to lose their mind. But
Mm-hmm.
they're only losing their mind because they don't know, right, that they are the heir.
Not gonna lie, I kind of zoned out during his POV. Just okay,
That is
just
so
because.
rude.
Hold on, Your Honor, hold on. I have a point. It's because the entire book is first person, and then Stark's POV, it's third person, and I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Gabe, can I get a check over here? Are we
I
for sure doing third person?
I had to pause. I remember it started and I was like, "Hold on, who's talking?" And then I had to go back and I was like, okay." And it starts from the beginning of the book. Like we go through
Mm-hmm.
everything again.
And then we read back.
So, it was yeah, it was kind of a long but they only lose their mind because they don't know who they truly are. So that's like the
Mm,
side effect of them not knowing the truth. But now that she knows it, she should stop losing her mind. In
interesting.
theory.
True.
I think it's like it has to do with her knowing and then her being able to reclaim the throne. But yeah,
Got it.
he did say that, like, oh, her mom was losing her mind. That was gonna happen anyways.
Mhm.
But it should stop now that she knows. And it
Interesting.
should stop for Selah, even though
Salem? Yeah,
Selah's
Salem's coming
got
out.
another thing coming.
Listen, that broke me. That was the final straw where I'm like, "Gillian, don't talk to me. Don't come by my house." I was heartbroken, okay? I was big mad at work. I was like, "No one talk to me. I'm cranky now. You don't know why, but, like, you guys are doing your thing, and
This
I'm
book
mad."
is like the epitome. If you love a good plot twist,
Mm,
if you love a good, like,
betrayal.
yeah, or like when they blindside you.
Mm,
Like, if you just want blindside after blindside after blindside,
this is
read
it.
Direbound because the last, like, 5 chapters, it's just, like, one right after another. It's like when you try to get up in the ocean after you fell down in, like, 2 feet of water, and then you almost get to stand up, but then the wave hits you, and then you're back down again, and you're, like, gulping for
Mhm.
air trying to stand up. Yeah, that's what
That
reading
was
the
me.
last few chapters of Direbound is like.
Which now that makes me super nervous for Fury Bound because 'cause I'm like, if this was book
I
1, I'm gonna
know.
get absolutely freaking wrecked.
I know, and book 2 just came out. So
Yeah.
then how long are we gonna have to wait for book 3 if she leaves us like this again?
I don't know.
Because
All I
I
know is
think it's a trilogy.
I'm gonna need therapy depending on how book 2 ends.
Yeah, this book is wild. Dallas said, "It makes sense that she is the heir to the throne, to be honest, but the fact that she has to pretend to be in this marriage is insane, and the fact that he believes her is also insane."
Huh?
Well, it's not pretend to say she's trapped in it because of
The
the
band.
blood crystal, yeah. So, I don't think she really has to pretend, I think she's just stuck and now she has to figure out how to get that off.
Mhm. Ooh.
But he
S
doesn't know about bonds, remember? Because that's how Anasa
Yeah.
can they don't really understand, like, bonded mates, so that's how she's able to get Stark and what's his name there? Cato?
Uh, Kratos.
Kratos. I was like, "That's not right. That's Hunger Games."
I know. But, hey, speaking of Hunger Games, I had a note.
Oh, boy.
So, because there were a few times, even towards the end, where I was getting a little peeved at Marin, and it
Ugh,
was
yeah.
whenever Jonah made the threat that someone was gonna die, and
Just
"Did
kill
you"
him!
"Did you not pick up that if it wasn't you, it was gonna be Henry?" Like, I beg your finest pardon?
No, because she's dumb. I I literally
Well, there's another part, it was chapter 52 where she's talking with Killian, it's right before she kills the king and whatnot, and they're, like, going over the plan, and she
mm,
says, "Do you think this will work?" And I'm like, "Girl, that's your job. That's literally your station. What do you mean? Why are you asking him if it's gonna work? You
I
should know. And you're an alpha at this point."
yeah, you should be in a position where you should call the shots and be confident in them.
And I don't know if it's just me, but the way that I mentally view, like, how their mind should work in
Mhm.
Strategos is I don't know if you ever played or watched a gameplay of this video game called Detroit Become Human.
No.
It's really, really cool. It's essentially like watching a movie whenever you play it, but
Okay.
you're essentially playing as these robots that look really human-like, and they become human, hence the name. But there's, like,
Okay.
certain scenes because they're robots where it's like you gotta choose a path that you wanna
Mm.
play to get your goal across, and it will literally, like, show you the options, and it will play through, like, "Oh, if you choose this option, this is your accuracy of success, and this is what happens." And that, to me, is how I thought their brain would work. I
Right.
don't think it does, because 'cause I'm like, you should know these things. Why isn't it not clocking to you, and why are you not standing on business?"
I think okay, so, like, from how it was explained, I feel like strategos is more like they can see all inputs from every person?
Everyone, it's kinda just, like,
Yeah.
statistic-wise.
Yeah, because she would, like, be like, "Oh, okay, like, when I clock in on these people, this is what they're saying right now. Okay, well, on this side, I'm seeing this." So sometimes I feel like she's just being able to almost, like, quote, unquote, "see a snapshot through their eyes" of
Mm,
what their area looks like, and then
mhm,
she makes decisions based off of that. It's almost like a mapping. Like,
that
it's
makes
being
sense.
mapped out in her brain, and then she makes decisions based off of what the whole battlefield map looks like.
Yeah, and that's kinda like how the Detroit Become Human thing plays out too, towards, like, she can
Mm,
see what it's supposed to
what's
look
gonna
like.
yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
After that, we learn about Sayla being under the castle,
Mhm.
and then we go into the final trial, and I literally said, "Don't you dare Primrose Everdeen my girl Sayla," because I thought that they were gonna bring up the children and the king be stupid and evil and be like, "Okay, next task." I don't know.
No, could you imagine?
Yeah, after everything that played out with this book, a little bit.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a greater purpose to the children. Like, I mean, obviously, they're turning the children.
Mhm.
Like, they're not and at first, I was like, "Oh, they're using them for food or something." I don't
Mhm.
know, but they're not. They're turning them. So I wonder if it has to do with the fact so when she kinda has her, like, playback where she learns everything,
Mhm.
like, the memories come to her, we find out that when they took over the throne, they essentially erased all history prior to that, and they said nothing existed before them taking the throne, creating, right, the
Mhm.
continent, whatever, and then this is how it's always been. And he rewrote history how he wanted it. So I'm wondering if they have to change the young kids to continue their line, first off, to keep the siphons, even though they live a long time, just like the dire wolves, but also that they can rewrite history by having more younger people under their control, like continuing to keep history how it is.
Yeah, that
Because
makes sense.
nobody knows anything about the dire wolves and that they
Mhm.
literally lived there before and were in charge forever.
But
They don't know any of that.
we might learn more now that Marin knows.
Right. Now that she has those memories, I mean, I would hope that when they take over, more people are gonna find out.
I'm interested to see how it plays out because
I
the way it
know.
ended, I hated
There's a
it.
lot.
But also, there was another note I had. I forgot exactly what it said, but essentially, like, once Marin Rapunzel the whole thing, she's like, "I'm the lost princess, aren't I?" And Stark was like, "Yes, I'm here. You use me, my queen." I was like, "Okay, kid, calm down. Becoming a little strong."
But that's his
I know, but I was just like, "Hey, whoa."
I mean, we do find out a lot through his backstory as well.
Yeah.
That, like, that's literally his family line's job.
Mi
Because
familia.
okay, you know what's crazy? Actually, I just made this connection while we're sitting here talking about it. But they were talking about all the nepo babiness of him being like, "Your mother did this, and now he just gets to walk in, and now he's in charge too." And
Mhm.
everybody's so mad about it when that has secretly been his family's job this whole time is to find the lost princess and protect the royal line. Like, no wonder they're nepo babying him.
Yeah.
I still can't think of that question that I had. My gosh, this is gonna make me so mad because as soon as we get done recording, and I'll probably start Fury Bound, and then it'll like bring in that question, and I'll be like, oh, That's the question I had that I can't remember. Another thing I just thought of. Another thing. That plot twist. I guess it wasn't really a plot twist. The unexpectedness, though, of Stark going to talk to Igor's wife and
Mm-hmm.
being like, what have they been up to? How are they doing? And she not liking them.
Mm-hmm.
Can you believe that? I didn't see that coming. I was like,
That's
oh, the wife is in on the tea and she has secret meetings with Stark.
that is not the tea I thought you were gonna go after. I thought the tea that you were gonna go after was, ooh, this book broke me because I wanted to love Killian so bad, but the fact that he was the one that got her mom killed, it specifically reminded me of the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie where, um, oh, what's his face? Not Chris
Drax,
Pratt.
not Drax.
It's Chris Pratt's character, who I do not like.
Oh,
Star-Lord.
yeah.
I don't know his real name, but whenever in that movie, his dad was like, "It broke my heart to put
Oh,
that tumor in her head," and he's like, "What?" That was me. Whenever
yeah.
Killian was like, I had to kill her." I'm like, "I beg
Yeah,
your finest pardon?"
I forgot about that. Ugh.
He kept
Yeah,
breaking my heart.
no. Honestly, I hated him too much. So honestly, everything that he decided to do did not surprise me because I was like, I knew you were the motherfucking bad guy. I couldn't trust you with my life.
It's just that Sable Sorensen just
Okay, here's the thing though. Okay, maybe this was the question that I thought of. Did it explain how or if he knew that she was like the heir?
yes, because I remember vividly, because I was like, maybe there's like a crumb of that he like actually loved her. I wish I had the physical book in front of me, but he at one point like she asked like at what point did you know or something or like did you ever truly love me? And he knew from the very beginning, like from the first moment that they met in the village, he knew, and he just kept tabs on her the whole entire time.
But how? Because he just felt it? Because she didn't have the necklace at that point. And remember, that's the only thing that they take.
I can't recall what he says, but I know that he explains it because that
Okay.
also broke my heart because I was
I'm
like,
gonna have to go back and
none of
reread
it was
that.
real. It was
Yeah,
real
I
to
think that
me.
was one of the questions I had that I was like, I think I missed that part.
No, I don't think I wrote it down, but I remember him
Mm.
saying that he knew the entire time, and I'm like, just pour salt in the wound. Also, whenever everything was going down, why did the professors do nothing? And they just sat there?
Dead ass. I don't know.
I'm like, would an adult like to adult in the building?
But but do any of them know? I mean, if
Well,
he's brainwashed or like completely rewrote history, they probably don't even know. I
but
mean,
I'm
what it
not
sounds like, and NASA and Stark are the only two that had any idea that there was this whole other life
well,
and storyline.
not even, like, necessarily, like, "Oh, why aren't they helping Marin?" But just, like, if one of your students went rogue, killed your leader, and is next to your crown prince, like, they didn't e Killian called for the guards to arrest her,
Mhm.
but, like, why didn't even the professors do anything?
Probably because they wanted him dead.
Well, the
They
king,
were like,
yes. Killian was kinda set up
"Ooh."
to be a
Yeah,
decent guy.
he was. He was a secret setup, even though he's not. But, I mean, I feel like they probably didn't react. It sounds like she reacted pretty quickly. And if we think about it, Stark's line knows what she is, so they're not gonna
Mhm.
defend him or react like they technically should, since
Yeah.
that's technically their area's job. And then the rest of them probably were like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then they're also probably like, "We hate this guy anyways." On to the next one. Dallas says
You know how, like, for some educational TV shows, it's like as they're talking and describing things, it's at the bottom like, "Fun fact, did you know?" Blah, blah. It's like
Yeah.
and Dallas says
Our
it's just like a
viewer
little
Dallas
photo of
just
Dallas
wrote
just
in, um, Dallas loves the Goodish Girls, 98, wants it to be known. She wants it to be known that she was right, that Stark did know about Killian and Meryn from the beginning. She says she clocked. But I also called that Stark is definitely going to be her mate because he's a dark shadow daddy. And also
yeah.
he's got to be the love of her life because he's the only one who truly understands her and will protect her. In my opinion, since he knows all the secrets and the lore.
I'm just sad.
I do wish every once in a while that there were some more books like Lightlark where you get to like enjoy both of them for a bit and then you're kind of like, "Oh, but who do I love more? Who would I really
See?
choose in life?"
And I was kinda hoping that we would get that
Mhm.
situation, especially after they said the fact that just because your wolf has a mate does not mean that, like, those 2 Raw-Bonds have to get together.
Well, now that makes me nervous though. I know they like really mention that. So now it makes me nervous that they're going to get together,
Mhm.
but then they're not going to end up together.
I think they'll
Maybe
still end up
theory for
together.
book 2 is something's gonna happen. Either she's gonna be so defiant like she is, where I can't stand her, and he just gives up on her. I don't know. I don't know, maybe. Unless there's some other secret pairing that we don't know about.
I feel like if anything, it could be like an Iron Flame situation where Violet is just like, "Why won't you tell me the truth?" And Xaden's like, "You're not asking the right questions." Like, I could see another one of those
Oh,
happening,
which we kinda had that already.
but he, like, literally couldn't say.
Yeah, that's
That
fair.
wasn't his
He
fault.
was like, "You can read a book."
Have you tried reading? Can you
Have
read?
you have you looked at this book?
It's not the original note that I was going to, but I forgot I made a joke. But in chapter 40, whenever Meryn and Stark are riding to the front, Meryn says, "I lean into a Nasa and flakes start falling on my face." And in my head, I said, "Dandruff." And she's like, "No." I'm like, "Ah."
Oh my god.
See, silly things like that play in my head all the time. Especially the more tired I get, I'm just like, silly joke that I know is not real. I also I figured Marin was going to be either the goddess or a relative of the goddess
Mhm.
because Sayla says that Marin does the best voice for the goddess. And then there's a weird Mama Nasa connection. And then the Opal Stone. And then
Yeah,
I was like, the crown's gonna be in the fighting ring. She just hasn't picked it up for
right.
whatever reason.
I think when it actually clicked in my brain, because I read for vibes, was definitely the opal stone and Stark being like, Why are you wearing that?" Or being like, "How dare you
Mhm.
wear that out here?" And I was like, "Sir, what do you mean? What do you
Yeah.
mean?"
Also, speaking of Stark, the next chapter, whenever he noticed, like, the markings on her,
Mhm.
and he asked if Killian tortured her,
Yes.
and I was like at the time, I was like, "Keep my wife's name out your
No,
freaking mouth."
no, in my mind, I was like, "Touch her and die. Who did this to you? Who did this to
I mean, he
you?"
said, "Who did this to you?" And I get it, but the fact that he, like, immediately was like, looking back on it, now that I know he knows all the things, like, yeah, that's valid, but in the moment, whenever I was like,
Ugh.
"Die-hard Killian girly," I'm like, "Keep my wife's name
No,
out your mouth."
no,
My baby boy Killian would never, but
I
he
almost
would.
sent you guys a voice note because I remember that moment when I was like, laying in bed listening to it, and he was
Listening
like,
to it.
"Who did this to you?" And I was like, "Go get him! Fuck him up!"
"The
Man, I
chair!
really
Give
thought I
him the
was gonna
chair!"
I really thought we were gonna get that moment, and then we didn't, and it was
I
sad.
mean, there we got another book to go.
I know.
It could happen.
I know. But all their little moments, I loved how it was written. Like, I love small moments that are, like, the push and pull, like, love to hate
Mhm.
kinda thing. I love shit like that. I eat it up. I eat it up. Write a
Yeah.
book, and that's all you have to write, and I'm like, "This book is good soup. I'll eat I'll read
Good
this book
soup.
all the goddamn day."
I just also hated like, I loved it in the moment, but I hated that Sable Sorensen gave us so many good spicy scenes with Marin and Killian. Because I feel like, even with
They
ACOTAR, like, Tamlin's not the good guy and that he's flawed by the 2nd book, but even, like, in
unless
book
you're
1.
Dallas.
Huh?
I said unless you're Dallas.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, whenever I read ACOTAR, I was like, "I know I'm supposed to hate this kid, but, like, he's like, I wasn't head over heels for Tamlin, but I was like, "He's kinda alright."
Yeah, I was okay with him. I didn't know to the full extent
I did
of
'cause
the
TikTok.
whole yeah, I didn't know that yet, though. I wasn't caught up, but I also like a tall, dark man. So as
Yeah.
soon as Rysand showed up, it was like, it's gone. You should be with
What
him
a
instead." I was
beautiful
like, "How you gonna
chocolate
get him?"
man. But yeah, cause like, even with Tamlin, we didn't really get many spicy scenes with
No,
him, so I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm
and
not
they
that
weren't
attached
good.
then."
I didn't
No,
like them.
and the fact that he never this is the part that irked me, cause this was whenever I was, like, really down bad, like, going to the ER every other week whenever Feyre would be sick, and he'd be passed out in
Mhm.
bed. I'm like,
Yep.
"Go check on her,
Ugh,
sir."
yeah, he was doing things on the side that you were like, "You're such a piece of trash."
Mhm. But then you got
Actually,
Killian who was doing all the things.
he was, but that's 'cause he's a snake. He's a
I
silly little
know.
sneaky snake.
I'm a snack.
I will say, though, with me not liking him, some of the scenes gave me the ick
I mean, that's valid if you don't
because
like him.
yes, and I think it was because I just really didn't like him anyways, or I didn't trust
Mhm.
him. So then it would really get going into it, and I'd be like, "I literally can't even enjoy this. I just have the ick." And I wanted to skip through some of them. They are well-written smut
Mhm.
scenes, okay? Don't get me wrong. It's not like when you wanna skip because 'cause you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is bad. I'm uncomfy.
Mhm.
What is this?" Or it's like all the cliches and you're like, "Ugh,
Or just, like, all the ick words.
ugh." Yeah. But no, they were well written. I just already hated that man. So,
Yeah, cause it
whoopsie.
was even after the reveal in chapter 57, it was a fake spicy time with Killian, and Marin puts the knife to his throat, and he says, "Kinky," and I was like, "Killian, stop making me hot and bothered when you're the bad guy." I was like, "Don't get on my level.
Ugh,
Don't be Josh."
no. Nobody can be Josh but Josh. Gosh, rereading that book, I forgot a
I
lot
love
about
that
that book.
man.
I do love him, though.
I quote that book all the time.
It's a good book.
I've reread it 3 times.
Have you listened to it yet?
All 3 times.
Okay. Well, I was like, have you listened to it? I know you only like dual narration, so I was about to be like, it's dually
Yeah,
narrated and it's
I
really
know.
good. It's really good. Theories for book 2. Do you have any? I
I
think I
don't
came up with
because
one.
I was just so wrecked by the betrayal. I was just
Mhm.
like, "I'm gonna go sit in a corner and think about all the things," and
Yeah.
no one talked to me.
Yeah. I don't have any like real solid theories except for the fact that you've convinced me now to create a theory that maybe Stark and her have a fallout moment and they don't end up as mates, even though their wolves are mated.
I just don't know who would be the other person.
Or what if she has a different mate but doesn't end up with them and her wolf and she still stays with Stark, but Stark isn't her mate, and Anasa and his wolf are mated. Now I'm getting crazy.
But that's
This is
okay because they literally said that, like, whoever your wolf's bonded is, whoever your wolf's mate is, you
Yeah.
and that bonded don't have to be together. So
Right.
there's an
But
opening because that's why I was like, "Oh, we're gonna have a maybe a why choose situation."
but I'm saying her and Stark still stay together
Mhm.
because they're, like, trauma bonded, let's say, at this point.
Okay.
But they're not, like, mate bonded, okay?
Yes.
Um, but then we find out she has a bond with somebody else as her mate, but she doesn't end up with him.
Can
But
bonded
who would it be?
get bonds?
What?
Because the way that you're describing it, in a bonded tree, you have
Anasa and
you Anasa
Kratos,
and Kratos, and
they're
then
bonded.
Anasa's child is Marin, and Kratos' child is Stark.
Yeah,
Are
but
you
they're not
saying
bonded, or
they're not
they're not
bonded?
mate yeah, they're not a mate
But are you
bond.
saying
But
if mom and dad are bonded, but kids are not bonded, but kid can bond with another I keep on wanting to say writer, but they're not a writer.
right,
Another
raw bond.
yes. I don't do people is that like a thing that people are mates in this book?
That's what they said. That's what you're literally saying, though, is you don't have to be mates if your
No, they said that you
wolves are
don't have
mated.
to be I don't think that they ever said that people have to be mates. They
Oh.
just said, like, if you're whoever your wolf's mate is, you do not have to be with that person. It just helps your wolf to find their mate because it makes your bond and your
Oh, so
power
they're not
stronger.
like I gotcha. So mates aren't
But it
really
is
a thing for the
fantasies.
peoples. I
So they
know.
could actually have bonds, but I don't know. The way it's, like,
I
worded,
don't
I'm
know.
like,
Suspicious. Well,
I'm
then
just like,
maybe none of
"Girl."
this matters, and I just came up with something that
Hey,
does
but it's a
not
fun
matter.
idea, and I give you an A for effort
Thanks.
because she doesn't have to be with Stark.
This is why I read for vibes. I don't make the theories, and I don't do the lore. Because I forget the history. Dallas loves the Goodish Girls 98 said, Killian's head will roll. Literally. Like she will cut off his head and it will roll around. That is her theory for book 2. Considering this is going to be a trilogy, I don't think he's going to lose his head till book 3. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Otherwise, who's the big bad guy by book 3 if he's dead? Oh my god, we got to put up with him for another 2 books.
I was gonna go way out there and do the biggest stretch in the world, and I was gonna say, what what if like she does kill Killian, and then because he turns Sayla, like what if Sayla becomes the next number one, like big villain? That'd be
Well, because
wild.
he is possessed-ish, right? So,
Yeah.
like, if she kills Killian, 1, does that break her blood jewel thing that she has with him? And 2,
Mhm.
does that guy transfer to somebody else?
Ooh, because in Throne of Glass, the Vol can transfer.
Mhm.
I could see that. I could
What's
see her
gonna
killing
happen?
Killian, but not
And they think he's
the
gone, but dun dun dun, he's
I'm
not.
back.
He watches from Sayla's eyes, acting like he's Sayla. Bum, bum,
You heard it
bum.
here first. Like that, poof, Lola's gone. Wrong. Lola's right here.
What a crazy episode.
But
With
it's
lots of
fine.
talking
We were
and
just straight up
laughing.
vibing.
We are. This book will do that to you, you know?
Yes,
I don't know what else to expect.
Thank you, Dallas Loves Goodish Girls 89 for your comments and for your participation. We love a devoted fan.
Yeah, we'd love to hear out like from more of you guys, you know? So like send in questions, send in your thoughts.
Maybe you can end up on the big screen.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna kill us.
What
Anyways.
you get for having broken internet, just do
Ugh.
the wire outside the window, that's all you need.
Uh,
I
thanks
think
for
it's like
listening.
the radio stations and just call in. You're on the air
The
with Goodish.
dial
Okay, I'm
You're
done.
on the air with the Goodish Girls in the morning.
I'm done. I'll stop talking.
Thank you so much for listening to our second series of the Goodish Book Club. We'll be coming at you with some more soon. Also, tune in this month for a mini episode for Madison and Dallas from Game On, which we talked a lot about that series as well. So, be on
And
the
that's
lookout
a
for lots of
save
fun
on
things.
demand.
Like, share, subscribe, comment. Maybe let us know what book you want us to read next, and maybe we can book club it. We have lots of fun things scheduled for later in the year as well, so we will get back to our deep dives at some point. But for now, we're just having fun, vibing, and living life with all the brand new releases. So thanks for listening. Again, this was the Goodish Girls, the Goodish Book Club. I'm Cass.
And I'm Madison. And
And
Dallas loves
Dallas.
Goodish Girls 89. Was here in spirit.